aura is something that is beyond defining. It is beyond just a simple meaning or phrase at that point. Aura is more than presence and charisma. It's so much more. I can't even define aura. But in this video, we're going to be talking about YouTubers and streamers and how much aura they really have, because I'm completely qualified to talk about this, because I have max aura, obviously. Can't you tell? Now, I just picked out a bunch of random streamers and YouTubers that are somewhat popular, and some of them are pretty popular. Obviously, I can't pick every freaking YouTuber and streamer, but I tried to choose, ones that most people would know. First, we're gonna start with Mr. Beast! Now, Mr. Beast, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this man has a lot of aura, clearly. I mean, we can all tell Mr. Beast is just oozing with aura. Do you see his smile? That alone is just plus 500 aura alone. But Mr. Beast, in general, him as a person, it's definitely over 50,000 easily. Mr. Beast, has so much aura, and calculating aura is about as consistent as power levels in Dragon Ball, so it's pretty accurate, I'd say. But Mr. Beast has a lot of aura, and after Mr. Beast, standing in at a whopping, I'm talking huge, alright? This man is more than just a beast like Mr. Beast. Man is a behemoth, alright? Moist Critical coming in at over, 120 pounds, alright? Coming in at 4'2". This man is a beast, Now, Moist Critical and how much aura he has, I would say, obviously, I'm not just gonna glaze Moist Critical as much as I want to. He does make mistakes sometimes that are, pretty cringe, and he plays Magic the Gathering. And sometimes he has some very weird moist meter takes. Most of them are valid and pretty good for the most part, but aura wise, I would say Moist Critical does have a lot of aura, even though he's not, nowhere near the size of this man, which we're going to be talking about, which is Kai Cenat. This man is way bigger, okay? I'm pretty sure Kai Cenat is coming in at a whopping 5'2", alright? Kai Cenat is a pretty big guy. I saw him standing next to Kevin Hart the other day, so I'm pretty sure Kai Cenat is a big guy. Pretty sure he's more big than Moist Critical, But Kai Cenat on the aura scaling, compared to Moist Critical, I'd say he's not as much, because Moist Critical does have a lot of aura. I would say Moist Critical has like, I don't know, 100,000. Yeah, okay. I mean, no, more like 25,000. We'll say that. My bad, the scouter was wrong for a second, and Kai Cenat, I wouldn't say he has, the most aura compared to the other two. He's not, peak with aura, but he still does have quite a bit of aura, I would say. And Kai Cenat, I'd say, comes in at like around 10,000 aura, I would say, sure. His stature definitely boosts it up, maybe like 1,000 or two, so we can round him to 11,000, maybe 12,000. After Kai Cenat, we'll be talking about Speed, which apparently, like, everybody knows Speed. I hear so much more about Speed than Kai Cenat, surprisingly, when it comes to just talking to people in general. Now, that alone should boost Speed's aura up a little bit, but Speed does do some really weird stuff. Like barking and doing some odd things, which may lower his aura down a little bit. But if you think about it, the fact that Speed is not, he just doesn't care that much. That's the thing. He just doesn't care so much that he is barking, on camera. The man doesn't care. I mean, he's shown, maybe more stuff than he honestly should have, but I would say Speed's is a little more than Kai Cenat, a little less than Moist Critical, I would say. None of them compare to Mr. Beast right now, at least on the list. I mean, Mr. Beast is pretty high. Think of him as like Yujiro, but I would say so far, Speed is like maybe like 13,000 aura, 13,000. pretty solid, pretty solid. Nowhere near, you know, Mr. Beast, like I said before, but still pretty solid. Less than Moist Critical as well. After is Dr. Disrespect. Now, come on, man. Come on. I feel like so many of these streamers and YouTubers just turn out to be just bastards. You know, they just turn out. Why? You know, why, Doctor? Why do you? Just it's hard to even talk about with Dr. Disrespect over here, man. So, gonna have to give him minus aura. All right, that's just. Come on, man. That's not cool. But after is Queso. Now, Queso, you know, already the man is not. You can tell he's not really insecure as much as he make jokes about, you know, him being big and all that bull. He jokes about it himself. You know, he can take these jokes. I think he uses that to his advantage, obviously. So that alone, the fact that you can joke about your size and, you know, not care what anybody says about you and just run with it, already makes his aura pretty high. I'd say it's around the same level as Moist Critical in terms of aura for Queso over here. I mean, Queso, he's pretty high in aura. So we'll talk about someone who is like Queso in the regard of, like, they're both big, but this guy Boogie, obviously this dude's been here for a while. All right, Boogie's been doing YouTube for a long time, man, and wow, the fall off is crazy. It's crazy. Like, wow, why what this dude has minus. He's got almost as much as Dr. Disrespect. This guy, wow, like it's hard to describe Boogie almost and how much less aura he has, because he loses more aura because he fell off in terms of, like, wow, this guy used to be kind of cool, and now it's like, man, this guy fell off. He lost all the aura. He's like Gohan almost, bro. He fell off. You know, maybe he might pick it back up, and maybe later like Beast Gohan, but I highly doubt it. After Boogie, Sneeko. Now, Sneeko, it's hard to describe this guy's aura. You know, truly it's hard, because at one point I'm like, man, he's done some pretty, like, cringe things, obviously, you know, and then the fact that he got just put down by Moist Critical, and then they had a conversation about it, kind of, or something like that, and they apparently made up or whatever. I didn't keep up with the Sneeko and Moist Critical lore, but these two apparently made up, and I wouldn't say that makes Sneeko have positive aura still. I'd still say Sneeko has a bit of negative aura. Maybe just not as much as, like, Dr. Disrespect or, you know, Boogie, because those guys, wow, you know, that's definitely crazy. I'd say he's, like, still got negative aura, though. Now we're going to talk about Nadia, who does not have as, less aura as Boogie and Dr. Disrespect, but still pretty low. Around the same as Sneeko, I'd say. Maybe a little more in terms of, like, not as bad as Sneeko, but still pretty low, not gonna lie. And Shroud, I must give this guy max aura. He's got more than Moist Critical, not as much as Mr. Beast. All right, I'm not gonna go that far, but he definitely has a lot of aura. After his Jinx, I'd say he has pretty solid amount of aura, around the same as maybe Queso, I'd say. I mean, I saw that they played together, and it was pretty funny seeing them get along, which is pretty cool. It's always cool to see these guys get along. But next is Ludwig. Ludwig, I would say he's like he's got maybe positive, maybe just neutral aura for him. Maybe just neutral, you know, because I haven't watched enough of him and know enough about him to even say, you know, my doctorate in fucking giving out aura is just, you know, not. I guess it's not valid. If I do, I might be sued for malpractice, whatever it's called. I might be sued, so I don't want to give out Ludwig an aura reading right here, because I don't want to jeopardize my entire aura reading career right here. So after his Fuzi, man, you know, it's funny because I did used to watch Fuzi's pranks back then, man, a long time ago, and wow, seeing him now is just like, I've heard people say this before, but it's a saying about, oh, you would rather die a hero than see yourself become a villain, and I feel like Fuzi fits that pretty well, man. I mean, I've seen some stuff that he's done, and it's just kind of disappointing and sad, you know, especially stuff that he's went through. I would say Fuzi is like probably negative aura, not like the worst, obviously. I wouldn't even say Sneeko level maybe, but maybe around Sneeko level actually. Just it's pretty bad. And how can I talk about aura without mentioning Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate obviously, without a doubt, has max aura. I mean, it's Andrew Tate, guys. What do you want me to say? Truly, I have to glaze him. I have to, you know, give him the Hawktuah. I have to do that for Andrew Tate. You know why? He's got a Bugatti, guys, and the way he talks, the way he smokes his cigars and says, breathe air. You should breathe air, but I'm gonna smoke the cigars because that's what I do because I have aura. You know, this man, Andrew Tate, is so... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it, guys. What do you want me to say? Truly, it's Andrew Tate, Bugatti. Guys, what color is your Bugatti? Come on now. You know, somebody tell, it's a top G. You know, the only one who's got more power than the top G is probably the bottom G. What am I supposed to say, though? No, he doesn't. You know, honestly, but realistically, jokes aside, memes and thickness aside, Andrew Tate probably has around, it's a toss-up. You know, on one hand, I'm like, this guy's joking about what he's saying. You know, this guy's obviously joking. But on one hand, I'm like, is he though? Is he really? Is he really joking? I genuinely can't tell. Maybe I gotta go to Hustlers University to learn, you know. But I don't know. I want to say negative, but in some point I'm like, is it positive? But thinking about it more, probably negative for Mr. Tate. I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. Tate. I'm sorry, man. But I'm gonna have to give you the negative aura on that one. After his Keemstar, you know, there's not much to say about Keemstar when it comes to me. Like, I mean, Keemstar is Keemstar, you know, like, you know, it's Keemstar, everybody. Oh, it's Keemstar, but, I don't know, I guess negative, maybe a little negative. Sometimes Keemstar can come off as a bit, like, cringe, you know. Sometimes he comes off as just, like, normal or fine, but then again, it's like, it's Keemstar. What am I saying? Normal? What am I going on here about, man? Sorry, Keemstar, but, you know, I'm probably gonna have to give you a little bit negative. Maybe not too much. Or maybe you could just be neutral, Keemstar. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give you negative, because I don't know the most about Keemstar. But I've seen some, like, kind of lame stuff he's done, so I'm like, I don't know, Keemstar. But this person right here, Sniper Wolf, SS Sniper Wolf, whatever her name is, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give you the negative aura. I'm sorry. But you know the rules now. Gotta give you the negative aura. And, Nikado Avocado. You know, I'd say I get probably negative aura. You know, I don't like seeing him do that to himself. I can't even watch that stuff, man. It's genuinely hard to watch for me. I'm just like sitting there watching this guy basically, you know, do that to himself, do that to his body, and I'm just like, oh man, I guess it's your body, man, but geez, you know, the worst thing I would ever want to happen to someone is that they pass away or something like that, and even though I'm making jokes, I'm just like, you know what, that happened. So, Nikado Avocado, I'm sorry, I might have to give you the negative aura. You change your ways, maybe, man.
I love cheese. Ah!
Logan Paul, man, I don't know, man. He was United States champion for a bit. I don't know, though. Logan Paul, he has done some pretty lame stuff, and apparently he doesn't take it personal when, like, Moist Critical did make fun of him or something like that. Logan Paul, though, probably have to give you like negative aura. You know, a part of me does want to give him like a little more, like maybe like neutral, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, I don't know. Bro's about to break a plate when he hears the negative aura, if he does ever hear it. You know, I highly doubt it, but. After Logan Paul, maybe Jake Paul, and I'd say around the same thing as like probably negative aura. Those two are pretty even. Maybe Jake is maybe a little lower. After Jake is the classic PewDiePie. PewDiePie, I want to give him like positive aura and, you know, maybe like 100, 200, but at the same time I'm like, I remember the bridge scene, man. Don't make me pull the bridge scene up.
What a fucking...
man, I'll just give him neutral. I don't know, man. I'm torn between this. I hate seeing my heroes do this, man. KSI is next. I'm gonna give KSI probably like, I don't know, neutral aura. You know, neutral. I mean, KSI is fine. I don't hate him, and I don't think he's like bad or like, oh, his aura is bad. But, you know, and I don't think he radiates, you know, oh wow, this man is peak aura. But I don't think he's like negative aura or nothing. So I'm gonna probably give him like just neutral. You know, no aura at all. Not negative or positive. Just right in the middle. You know. Then the channel RDC World. Wow. I mean, do I even have to say? Truly, do I even have to say how much aura they have? Or the whole channel. Markiplier, I'd say, also has, you know, quite a bit of aura. You know, I'd say like probably like 12,000. Pretty good for Markiplier. Pokimane. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to say probably just neutral, maybe neutral aura. I don't have too much of an opinion. I don't really watch her that much, but I have seen some like kind of lame stuff.
And lame as hell, cause only lame
she's done, and it is kind of cringy. So maybe just pretty negative. Not like, oh wow, this is really bad, like, but like pretty negative, I'd say, for Pokimane. Alinity, do I even have to say that one? You know, that's bad. It's pretty bad. So maybe just don't even have to say that one. Maybe a classic YouTuber, maybe someone like IS Cupquake. Say has a lot of aura. Say that she has a lot of aura. I'd say definitely a classic YouTuber. Definitely one of the OGs. Another OG that you probably might not know, SSJ Goshen 4. So definitely a classic. Definitely has a lot of aura. Probably like, let's say like what, 8,000 aura for her, 9,000 for the memes. But after is the Gaming Lemon, another classic YouTuber. Oh man, I don't even know what he's doing right now. Man. That's the worst part. I want to give him positive aura, but I at the same time, I don't know if I can. Maybe by like positive 10 aura. A little tiny bit above neutral. And Mess Yourself, another classic. Oh man, just probably neutral, I'd say, I guess. Yeah, I feel like he did fall off. Kind of like C Reacts and Rhyme Style. Like I do love my boy C Reacts. Like C Reacts is my boy, but like positive aura, I don't know. I feel like I gotta give him positive. I gotta give both him and Rhyme Style both positive aura for sure. And same with Dado Doya. All those guys, that whole like group or whatever, they got like a little group, a little club or something like that. I'm gonna give them all, you know, positive aura. You know, I'll give them my energy too, obviously. Or let me say not energy or power, but for C Reacts, of course, my power. Okay.
Do you not smell the power, Top?
But after, I would say MatPat. This guy MatPat has so much aura, it's ridiculous. MatPat is a classic YouTuber. I know he's retiring soon, but he is a classic. So I have to give him a lot of aura. Probably like more than Moist Critical, I'd say. Like probably 20,000. Right off the bat, right there, 20,000 aura for MatPat. you know, I'm not even gonna say that corny joke about it's just a theory, because you would have saw that one coming. You know, I've already said enough corny jokes already.
You need a night out with me to forget all your troubles. I won't force you, though. I'll have one on your behalf.
Thanks, smiley face.
Smiley face.
Smiley face, slightly blushing. I'll catch up with you some other time. And don't overdo it. Watch your calories.
Don't you tell me how many calories I need, bitch!
After, I'd say, let's throw in a couple of animation channels, like The Odd Ones Out. I'd say it probably has, like, a little bit positive aura. A little bit. I did watch him for a short period of time. I was like, oh, this guy's really cool, but I don't know. I just don't watch him as much anymore. I don't even know how he's doing. But Jaden Animations, say the same thing with Odd Ones Out. Like, they're both pretty cool. Congratulations to her with that Mr. Beast challenge thing, whatever, that video. Congratulations to her. You know, W. Definitely not a bad winner by far. So I'd say Jaden Animation probably is like Jaden Animations, whatever. Probably only like 5,000 aura, I'd say. Definitely pretty high up. Now we're gonna throw in a classic, and a genuine classic that is still going on to this day. He still does make videos, and I still do stop in for a little bit. Dashie. Dashie is one of my favorites of all time, just in general. So I already have a bias for Dashie in terms of aura and all that, because he's just a classic. You know, some people may be biased towards, like, I don't know, like other gaming channels like Laserbeam or someone like that, Loserfruit, I don't know, whatever, but Dashie, man, is just, or even Koryex Kenshin, people may be biased towards them, but like Dashie is my boy, man. He's one of my favorites. Like, Dashie is him. Dashie has, like, to me at least, just as much as Mr. Beast, even though he's nowhere near as, like, popular or as many subscribers on that level. Dashie is just, I'm so biased, you know, I'm so biased with Dashie. After, I'd say, like, SML is also something that I did watch, like, a lot when I was younger, and SML definitely, I feel like, did fall off a bit. You know, I hate to be that guy, but, like, they did fall off a bit. I'm not trying to be like, this is not my childhood, you know, but, like, they did fall off a bit, but I still do like them, and it's hard not to go back to watching those old re-uploaded videos. It's hard not to for me, because they're just, their videos back then were so good, and the aura from them back then at least was pretty high. I think it dropped a little bit in terms of aura, at least. It did drop a bit. It's probably, like, still pretty high, though. You know, a little bit lower than Wiz Critical, I guess. You know, I've been using him as, like, a pretty, like, basically a standard, you know, or a type of level. I've been using Wiz Critical because he was, like, one of the first people I went over. So, a little bit lower than him for SML now. But back then, SML definitely was pretty high. You know, really, really high back then. But after is, you know, another old one, the Nostalgia Critic. He still does make videos, and I think he still does his on Channel Awesome or whatever and all that, which is just a whole nother crazy thing. But Nostalgia Critic did fall off a bit, not in a bad way. It's not really his fault, but he's just not as poppin' anymore. He don't have that aura anymore like that. But I still think he is still cool, so I'd give him, like, a pretty good 5,000 aura from Nostalgia Critic. Another classic, the Angry Video Game Nerd and Angry Grandpa. Both of those channels, back then, let me preface this, back then, peak. I'm talking, they were clean, maybe not peak, not Dashie level, you know, not none of that, not even Markiplier level maybe, but pretty high in terms of, like, whoa, these guys were pretty cool. You know, both these channels, especially Angry Video Game Nerd. He's definitely, like, I always compare him with Nostalgia Critic all the time, so I'd give him, like, pretty high, though, pretty high, around, like, 15,000 aura, you know. And Angry Grandpa, sadly, just, it's really sad, but I still think back then, man, wow, it's hard not to give this guy, like, just as much as, you know, the Angry Video Game Nerd. So probably 15,000 for him too. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Obviously, this video is a joke. You know, I don't know any of these people. I just watch them. And not gonna lie, some of them I don't even watch that often. So, and all of these are jokes. Just a bunch of jokes. Please don't take these videos seriously. I'm talking about aura here, you know. Truly, how much aura could I even have? I don't even show my face, alright? So, please don't take this video seriously. It's just a joke. I'm just a bunch of jokes. I don't even know any of these people. Don't take this video seriously at all. Preface that. Just a bunch of jokes, alright? So, if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know down in the comments. If you guys want to see another one, I can just, or YouTubers I didn't go over and streamers I didn't go over, let me know down in the comments if you want me to do it again. Would happily do this again. Wanted to try something a bit different, something that strays a bit far from, you know, anime or Dragon Ball or video games or Berserk or whatever, JoJo and all this. Like, I wanted to do something a bit different this time, but that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Then just again, this is a joke video, but I have to preface that just in case. Don't take it seriously at all. Peace, y'all.